what is the quality that makes an entrepreneur? I think you could be extroverted, introverted, you know, super geeky, super hustler, all the spectrum. I don't think it's an archetype, but the common trait I think is you need equal parts unwavering self-belief. But if you just have unwavering self-belief, like a lot of people, I would say more businesses have failed because the founder has stuck their head in the sand and gone, no, I fucking believe in this. Why don't you all? I don't care, I'm just going to stick with it. And has driven it to the ground because actually it wasn't the right product. So you need unwavering self-belief, but coupled with just brutal and humble self-awareness and self-assessment, constant interrogation of, hang on, this thing that I so believe in, is it right? Look around, lift your head up, ask people, look at it with humble eyes yourself. My brother-in-law, Justin, who's the co-founder of Vinomofo, just come back from South America. We're telling each other about our business plans and ideas. And we're both like, yeah, there's like, you know, this wine review site where there's a community of people and they can rate and review wines. And he's like, yeah, mine's like a Facebook for wine. And we're like, that's pretty much the same thing. That's pretty awkward. No, it'll be fine. We'll both be right. You know, I'm sure there's explosive market. You know, there'll be plenty of room for both of us. And we're like, no, that's stupid. We should go into business together. So we were drunk and we went out into the garage and we started Googling. We registered a domain name, which was Quaff, and we started this business. And you know, we didn't have a lot of money, but we would still spend our last $50 on a good bottle of wine. And here we are, and you know, jeans and t-shirts and occasional bad language. Must be other people like this. Why can't wine just be a bit relaxed? And you know, Facebook seems pretty cool. Surely people would want to be able to do this. Yeah, we went to our first winery to sell them on the idea. And they're like, we're explaining this thing, and you know, people can rate and review your wines, and they're like, what, like customers? Yeah, customers. How awesome is that? And they're like, yeah, no, that's no good. And also they're like, but we don't want customers talking about our wines. Customers don't know anything about wine. We're like, well, they fucking buy it. So anyway, we were a few years too early for that revenue model. So that one didn't work, and so therefore we spent the next period of time, sort of nearly 5 years, trying to find a revenue model. And basically 2011 we found ourselves really kind of insolvent. It's, I think, the correct term for it, but in our minds it was just like in the shit, like you know, sort of like juggling trading terms to sort of pay this person who was loud and then that, and just building up. It was looking quite doomed. Anyway, so that was the state we found ourselves in when, you know, Justin, my co-founder, had the bright idea of launching a wine deal site.
I had 6 months left of uni, and like I said, I dropped out of uni to actually help my parents' business. And my dad was kind of hanging on to the business, and he had one bus left over. I convinced my parents to give me the van. I had 6 months of uni left, and I started up this business. I was working on the side, and it was all based around wine tours in the Barossa. So yeah, it took off, and then uni finished, and then it became stable. And because I knew the industry, I knew how to get contracts and things like that. So I worked up a business from there. But then I tried to expand, and I kind of dug myself in a hole. Like, the bank was stupid enough to give me credit cards, and it just wasn't working at all. And I rolled up to this meeting with a really big agent, and they were like, yeah, your meeting was last week. And everything at this point was just going epically wrong. And I just remember being at Chibo's on Rundle Mall, just like depressed as all hell. Just like, give me a coffee. It was like 6 a.m, because it was like an early morning. I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I was like, you know, effort. So I changed the brand, I changed the marketing techniques, I changed everything about it. Went from Barossa Bound to Go Direct, and overnight it just went from like 0 to hero. And that's kind of how Go Direct came about.
We didn't set out to be a hyper-growth company, but we set out to be an amazing company, and I guess a big company. You know, we needed to grow, but only because we suddenly started getting crushed by Coles and Woolworths. So they started ringing suppliers going, don't sell to Vinomofo. So we were not going to be able to get product, therefore not be able to have a product, therefore not really be a business.
It's a cash flow business, so as soon as I figured out the secret formula, we just like boosted it like a mofo, and then sort of went from there, and it just grew exponentially. But when I say I want to work smart, not hard, I mean because, like I said from the start, I kind of see myself, I joke about it, but I'm not very smart. So when I make a role, I very quickly try and figure out how I can get someone else to do it. So then I can, not that I don't want to do anything, it's just I know someone will do it better than me. Even now, if I have to fit back into a role, like I just cop it, because I'm just like, yeah, I'm trying to do it, and The next day they're like, Ron, you fucked this up, you fucked this up. I'm
There's a few layers. There's actually fucking a lot to creating good culture. But it has to starts with simple stuff. The simple stuff that starts is good people. A good culture is a collection of people that believe in what they're doing, right? And that's just mission, vision, values. People say those words like there's some sort of, but it's the thing that why you do this and the purpose that you can communicate. The people go, I am inspired by this purpose. That's your mission, right? So you've got an engine, right? And then cool, and people, that can inspire someone. The values are like I call them like your boundaries or your train tracks. Like no matter what you do, you still don't have direction, whatever that is, you know? I don't want to start this business unless, you know, I feel good about it as a human being. These are the values that are important to me as a human being. And this is it. That is the thing that people identify with, right? They go, I love this fucking company because I love their values. Whether they know the values or not, they can feel it. And then the vision is the thing that they believe in, and they go, fuck yes, I want to be part of that. I want to give you my life because I want to achieve that with you, right? If you have those things, and that can happen with one employee, then you can attract people and you can put them in an environment. But from then it gets more complicated because then you have to figure out how to bring out the best in them, keep them fulfilled. And that's, you know, basic fundamental needs like security and trust and feel like you care about them as a person. And they have to feel like they're doing something that they're meant to be doing, and they have to feel like they're growing, and that's where all the work comes in. You know, if you're sitting there, everyone's like, oh, should I have the courage to, this catalyst to? The fact is, and I don't like to sugarcoat this, it's going to be hard, and you've got to kind of accept that. It's not a curiosity. Oh, I wonder if this would be cute. It's fucking hard. It'll probably fail, but you have to do it.